Hi there, my name is Andrea. Welcome to Messy Christmas Home Edition. We sure miss seeing you in person, but we're so glad that you joined us through the internet today. Last Messy Church, Gay talked about change. So much has changed for all of us. Many of you are now doing your school at your kitchen table or in your bedroom. You can't go out and play with your friends right now, but you will again. And with all the after-school activities, the sports, the music lessons, the clubs have all been canceled for now. But you know one thing that hasn't been canceled? Christmas. Sure, it's going to look different, but it won't be canceled. We'll find new ways to celebrate. What are you looking forward to this Christmas? I'm looking forward to playing games with my family and decorating cookies, then eating the cookies. One thing that remains the same each and every year is the Christmas story. Many of you know it especially if you've been to Messy Church before. You know the one about baby Jesus. There's Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus, the shepherds, the angels. But what about hearing the story from the animals' perspective? I wonder what they thought. I have a story about a donkey, not just any donkey. This donkey had a special role to play that long ago Christmas night. Let's watch it together.
Funny little donkey standing in the yard, tell us why you're braying so very, very loud. I bray to tell the story of a very precious load I once was asked to carry down a long and dusty road. My owner called me useless. I drove him quite berserk, because I'd find all kinds of ways to get out of my work. I might try looking ill, or hide behind some hay, so passers-by would hire a different donkey for the day. This one time though, a man turned up, who would not be put off, even though I hid, and limped, and eeyawed loud, and coughed. I'll take him now, the young man said. Just tell me what's your fee. My desperate owner laughed amazed. Just take him, he's for free. My heart sank as I left the yard and saw my load to bear. A woman with a massive bump and bags was standing there. I won't, and you can't make me help, I challenged with a stare. But then, instead of scolding me, she just produced a pear. There you go, you sweetie. Let's have a bite to eat. It wouldn't do to start our trip without a little treat. Oh well, I guess I'll help a bit, but only for today. And so I plodded onward until I heard her say, "You clever little donkey, just look how far we've come. If not for all this help from you, what would we all have done?" I felt my posture straighten and strength come to my knees. My plodding, slow pace quickened to make the woman pleased. Then every time she woke up, she would tell me once again, "Thank you, faithful donkey," as she rested on my mane. At last I'd reached my limit, couldn't take another step, but then I heard my lady's cry and saw her start to fret. "I feel the baby's coming, he's ready to be born." So though I felt exhausted, my hooves all scratched and torn, I pulled myself together and used up all my might to take my lady further to the nearest town in sight. Then when we reached the shelter, and I knew that she was safe, I fell down on the stable floor, fell flat upon my face. The next thing I remember was the unfamiliar sound of a little baby crying from a manger on the ground. Then when I saw the mother pull her tiny baby near, an angel who'd been watching leant and whispered in my ear, "You see now, little donkey, what a special thing you've done. By helping carry Mary, you helped God's precious Son.
Boy, that was one stubborn donkey. He didn't want to do anything. He tried to hide, pretend he was sick. He really was a silly donkey. But then he was asked to do a really important job, and still he didn't want to do it. But Mary believed in that little donkey. She knew he was able to help her get to where she needed to go, and he did. And the farther they got in their journey, the more the donkey grew confident in himself, and he started to believe in himself. He played a really important role in the Christmas story. At the very end of the story, the angel says, "What a special thing you've done. By helping Mary, you've helped God's precious Son." Do you ever have things you don't want to do? Maybe you just don't want to do it. Maybe you think you can't do it. Maybe you think, what difference can I make? I'm too little. Maybe that's what the donkey thought. But Mary knew what that little donkey was capable of doing. And the more she believed in the donkey, the more he believed in himself. Sometimes the smallest thing we can do can make a difference to someone else. Have you ever looked at someone who seems sad and given them a smile? Right away they feel better, and you know what? You do too. I know you're probably thinking, well, I can't smile right now because I have to wear a mask all the time. But did you know that when you smile with your mouth, your eyes smile too? They get all crinkly in the corners and they shine brightly. So go ahead and give the biggest smile you can underneath that mask. How else can you make a difference this Christmas season? Could you maybe send a card to somebody that might be all alone or maybe missing family? Could you give your mom or dad a big hug, or just hold their hand when they aren't expecting it, not just when you have to cross the street? Could you call your grandma or your grandpa, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, or your neighbor just to say hi? You too, no matter how big or small, you can make a difference to someone too, just like the little donkey. Now, the donkey wasn't the only animal in the stable that night. There were other animals too. Let's listen to a song called The Friendly Beasts, and let's pretend what they might have thought that night so long ago.
Jesus, our brother, kind and good, was humbly born in a stable rude, and the friendly beast around him stood. Jesus, our brother, kind and good. I said the donkey, all shaggy and brown, I carried his mother uphill and down. I carried her safely to Bethlehem town. I said the donkey, all shaggy and brown. I said the cow, all white and red, I gave him my manger for a bed. I gave him my hay to pillow his head. I said the cow, all white and red. I said the sheep with curly horn, I gave him my wool for his blanket warm. He wore my coat on Christmas morn. I said the sheep with curly horn. I said the dove from the rafters high, I cooed him to sleep so he would not cry. We cooed him to sleep, my maid and I. I said the dove from the rafters high. I said the camel, all yellow and black, desert upon my back. I brought him a gift in the wise men's pack. I said the camel all yellow and black. I said the cat with eyes aglow. I purred for him so he would know the love and joy we wish to show. I said the cat with eyes aglow. Thus every beast by some good spell in a stable dark was glad to tell of the gift he gave Emmanuel, the gift he gave Emmanuel.
I have a little donkey that goes on our tree each year to remind my family of the Christmas story and the donkey that played such an important role. I'm going to have my daughter Anya place it on the tree as I read a little poem that inspired our theme today. It's called Just a Little Donkey. Just a little donkey, but on my back I bore the one and only Savior the world was waiting for. Just a little donkey, but I was strong and proud. I gladly carried Mary through the chaos of the crowd. I brought her to a stable where she made a tiny bed, a place for baby Jesus to lay his little head. I pray the world remembers that special Christmas night when just a little donkey carried heaven's precious light. And that poem is by Rita S. Beer. I hope you enjoyed our story, song, and poem. I hope you enjoy the activities if you haven't done them yet. We didn't want you to have to leave the house right now, so we tried to pick crafts and other activities from things that you have around the house. From all of us at Messy Church, we wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. Be kind to one another and go make a difference in the world in whatever way you can, big or small. Merry Christmas.